This is a scene between Elliott, the main character of the novel, and his doctor named Carnes. They're talking about the Spade, which is a device that kind of manifests his thoughts within the room. Carnes. He is my doctor, apparently. Even though he has never said so directly, he just refers to himself as Carnes. He is tall, bald, with eyes, a nose, lips, but mostly forehead. He speaks and will speak indirectly. He comes into my room and stands over my feet, observing them. A lot can be learned from people's feet, he says. That's stupid, I say. He then nods in agreement with me. Are you enjoying your stay at St. Nowhere, he says. That name is fake, I say. All names are fake, he says. I then nod in agreement with him. He speaks to me indirectly through his eyes, which look down and seem to mouth the words he is thinking. His lips rarely move. That is a lie. His lips move, but they twitch like a cat in heat. That is a lie. By heat, I mean fire. I mean his lips twitch like a cat being burnt alive. That is a lie too, but it is a lie that most people will prefer. He looks at me and tells me things. The vagueness is intentional. We deeply mistrust each other. We like it that way because we are forced to. Write stories, he says. Why, I say. People like to read stories about people dying, he says. Why, I say. I don't know, he says. What kind, I say. Of stories or of people, he says. Stories, I say. He doesn't say anything. What do I write with, I say. With the Spade, he says. He points to the box between my knees. With that piece of shit, you're stupid, seriously. With what, I say. Just write, he says. Write with what, I say. He nods. I say, my shit, my finger, and the bedsheet. And he says, yes. And I say, with my shit, my finger, and the floor. And he says, yes. And I say, my shit, my finger, and the Spade. And he says, yes. And I say, my shit, my finger, and the walls. And he says, yes, if your legs permit. And I say, my legs will permit. And I say, my shit, my finger, and the mattress. And he says, yes. And I say, my shit, my fingers, and the door. And he says, yes, if you can get that far. And I say, I will. And I say, my shit, my spit, my finger, and the bedsheet. And he says, yes. And I say, my spit, my fingers, and the floor. And he nods. And I say, my spit, my fingers, and the Spade. And he nods. And he goes to look out of the window. And I say, my spit, my finger, and the pillows. And he nods. And I say, my spit, my finger, and the mattress. And he nods. And I say, my spit, my finger, and the door. And he says, the same as before, as with the shit. He appears open to possibilities. What are my stories going to be used for, I say? To wound boredom, he says. If I have time, I say. You will, he says. Probably, I say. Why do people write stories about death, I say? To introduce a possibility into the universe, to ensure it won't happen to them, their loved ones, or anyone else again or other. Life, the universe, whatever, tend towards chaos or unpredictability or uncliché. Anything written becomes cliché, and therefore not likely to happen. And if it does happen, it will be a time when the cliché is forgotten and returned to the realm of unpredictability. Not to the fault of the original text, but to our faulty and frayed collective memory, he says. That is the stupidest thing. Shut your fucking mouth, I say. He goes quiet. What about fear, I say. He says, that too. This is a scene from Elliots Room. Still, 1.11. Naked, kneeling on a flat cardboard float in the middle of a lake, all cobalt. Submerged cars, a lake I've never seen because all lakes are dead lakes. I spit off the edge to stay afloat. How much exhaust spit keeps one afloat? The edge of the lake is the calmest. Naked, kneeling on a flat cardboard box on the edge of a lake, watching a cardboard float in the middle of it. All cobalt, submerged cars, a cardboard float I can't swim to. Learning to spit is learning to swim. On the pier, creases in cardboard, two men pour sand in each other's right ears while walling each other's left ears with their free left hands so nothing leaks out. Under the pier, their four legs sedate and fall over. Some legs are calmer than others. The edge of the bed is the calmest, naked, kneeling on my bed in the middle of my room, all cobalt, same lake water. A trunk bobs by and sinks. The sun sterilizes the lake water. Preeti leans over the edge of the bed and soaks her pillow. It bloats down into the bottom black. This is a commercial that comes into Elliots Room. Commercial 2, 0.8182. In the center of the room, a man stands. He is called President Dead deliberately. He has short brown, then black, then blue, then red, then white, then brown hair. He stands silent, emitting the sound of a fax machine. His face is television static. His lips are bleached. His nose is bleached. His eyes are bleached. His eyebrows furrow. He has one leg with a one-leg margin of error. He has one arm with a one-arm margin of error. He has skin, a vein system, a nervous system, a lymphatic system, a muscle system, a skeletal system, a stomach, a mouth, a digestive system, kidneys, a pair of lungs, a trachea, an esophagus, a spinal cord, pubic hair, testicles, a cock and a cunt, all made of radiation. He just stands there, adjusting his tie and speaking through his asshole. President Dead. We've seen the unfurling of fags, the lighting of dandies, the giving of blood, then the saying of prayers in English, Hebrew, and definitely not Arabic. We, the side effect of a loving and giving people, have not made the grief of strangers our own. My fellow somethings, the entire world has seen for itself the state of our union, and it is virile. Tonight, we as a continent were awakened to danger and deafened by freedom. Your grief has turned to boredom. Your anger has turned to boredom. Your solution has turned to boredom. Whether we bring our enemies to justice or our enemies to our other enemies, justice will be done. And you did more than stink. You acted by letting us siphon $40 billion to rebuild our communities and meet the needs of our military. And on behalf of the North American people, I thank the world for its wild outpouring of indifference. North Americans have known surprise attacks, but never on thousands of civilians. All of this was brought down upon us in a single day, and night fell down on a different world. A world where freedom itself is its heart attack. I forget the specific event, but it looked like a Michael Bay production. North Americans have many questions tonight. North Americans are asking, who attacked our world? The evidence we have gathered all points to a collection of loosely affiliated terrorist organizations known as homos. Homos is to tear what mafia was to the art black market. But its goal is not making money. Its goal is remaking the world and imposing its radical beliefs on people everywhere. The terrorists practice a form of natural extremism that has been rejected by politicians and the vast majority of Christians, a fringe movement that perverts the peaceful teachings of nature. The terrorist directive commands them to kill all North Americans non-entity. This group and its leader, a person named Homo A, are linked to many other organizations in different countries. I already forgot the wound to our country and those who inflicted it. I will not yield. I am the best. I will not rest. I will not relent in waging a struggle for freedom and economic security for the North American people. The course of this conflict is known, yet its outcome is also certain. Freedom and cruelty, justice and fear have always been at war, because we've made it so. God is not neutral within us or our money. Fellow citizens, we'll meet violence with patient violence, assured of the righteousness of our cause and confident of the victories to come. In all those lies before us, may God extract our wisdom teeth and never breathe deadbeat. God bless North America. President Dead finishes talking, takes his tie, and wipes the spit from his asshole. Thank you.